The CMA approves the Activision Blizzard deal. Cyberpunk 2077 uses AI to replace a deceased voice actor, and EA Sports FC is getting a tactics game. I'm Matt Simpson, and this is GINX News. The UK's Competition and Markets Authority has officially approved Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, meaning the final hurdle to the deal being completed has been resolved. The CMA had originally blocked the deal in April due to concerns about its impact on the growing cloud gaming market. Considering how few people regularly play games on the cloud, that seems an odd hill to die on, but there we are. In a bid to allay these concerns, the Xbox maker agreed to sell Ubisoft its cloud gaming rights outside Europe for all Activision Blizzard games over the next 15 years. Following that, the CMA announced last month that it had provisionally agreed to allow the deal, and now it has officially been cleared. For CMA Chief Executive Sarah Cardle, however, well, she's been less than impressed by the whole thing. Cardle stated that the CMA's decision wasn't down to political influence. Influence? Broke my voice then. You see, Cardle stated that the CMA's decision wasn't down to political influence, a reference to Activision's CEO Bobby Kotick claiming the UK would become Death Valley rather than Silicon Valley if it blocked the deal. She said, "The CMA is resolute in its determination to prevent mergers that harm competition and deliver bad outcomes for consumers and businesses. We take our decisions free from political influence and won't be swayed by corporate lobbying." I mean, I'm not going to call that the greatest comeback I've ever heard, but this is Bobby Kotick we're talking about here, so I'll take what I can get. In response to the news, Microsoft President Brad Smith said, "We're grateful for the CMA's thorough review and decision today. We have now crossed the final regulatory hurdle to close this acquisition, which we believe will benefit players and the gaming industry worldwide." The deal is expected to be finalised quickly with this news, perhaps even as you're watching this. However, Microsoft is still facing legal issues in the US, with the Federal Trade Commission recently confirming plans to proceed with its in-house challenge to the deal. So, the story may not be over just yet. Japanese Switch sales during Nintendo's current fiscal year are currently tracking ahead of last year. Just over halfway through the company's fiscal year, Nintendo has sold 2.28 million Switch units in its homeland. At the same time last year, it had sold 2.15 million units. The launch of the themed OLED editions has helped boost sales in Japan during Switch's 7th year on the market, with notable spikes coinciding with the release of a Legend of Zelda console in April and a Super Mario console more recently. Bernstein research analyst Robin Zhu said, "The numbers they seem to be putting up are surprising, considering it's the same device with a different plastic cover. Clearly, this guy knows nothing about gamers, as we all know that as soon as a limited edition console comes out with a fancy design, they're going to be devoured like a pack of lions with some fresh meat steaks." Nintendo sold 17.97 million Switch consoles during its last fiscal year, taking lifetime sales up to 125.62 million, a feat only actually bettered by two other consoles, the Nintendo DS at 154 million and the PlayStation 2 at 155. Now, there's a bunch of rumours going around about a potential Switch 2 coming at the end of next year. So, can the Switch overtake these two and become the best-selling console of all time? Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, we all know that Cyberpunk 2077 is supposed to create a fictionalized dystopia where cybernetics and robots have taken control over our lives and where fact and fiction have become blurred. But CD Projekt Red seem to have taken these lessons to heart in the game's development and actually used AI to replace a sadly deceased voice actor. In 2021, Polish voice actor Milogos Recek passed away following a long battle with illness. He'd been one of the leading voice actors in the country, voicing such characters as Homer Simpson, Felix the Cat, as well as the character of Victor Vector from Cyberpunk 2077. With the release of Phantom Liberty and the new dialogue for the character, CD Projekt Red decided that rather than recast the character, they'd instead use AI to generate new voice lines instead. Of course, they reached out to Recek's family for permission beforehand, who were said to be very keen on the idea. To recreate Recek's voice, it wasn't just completely AI-driven. Instead, they recorded new lines and re-recorded lines from the base game with a similar sounding voice actor, before running the lines through voice cloning software called Respeecher, using Recek's existing performance as a reference. Now, I can understand why some people would find all of this both morbid and slightly terrifying. Not only are you creating new voice lines for someone who isn't with us anymore, but this also does nothing to quell the fears over the use of AI in creative works, potentially leading to performers not being needed anymore. However, I'm glad CDPR went the right way about it. approaching the family for permission first, and still hiring a voice actor to help recreate these new lines. The AI revolution is already upon us, so it's up to people to use it the right way, which I think I'd argue this is. A teacher has been fired from his job after clips of his Twitch streams were sent to his school. Going by Blue Squadron, the streamer was part of a guild in Black Desert Online. Apparently, there was some sort of falling out between him and the other members, leading to him being removed from the guild. Clearly, these other members knew of his full-time job as a teacher, and more significantly, where he taught. And so to spite him, they sent clips to the school to get him in trouble. I've not seen these clips, and it hasn't been confirmed exactly what was sent, but according to Blue, the videos in question contained colourful language and behaviour unbecoming of a teacher. It also didn't help that his dad was chair of the school board. It's hard not to feel for the guy when you see his reaction.
No, but I'm okay to say it now. So like to my streaming community, my dad was department chair at the school that I taught at. And so like, honestly, the hardest part about the day was like, you know, you go up to your dad and you're like, I'm sorry.
Without the full context, it's probably best not to judge. I mean, people are too quick to do that on the internet without having the full picture. From what we saw though, I suspect Blue Squadron will certainly be learning from this episode. Do you love football games but wish they were a bit more like a JRPG? Well, your prayers have been answered, as EA have announced a new turn-based spin-off for EA Sports FC. Yes, in probably the most bizarre story of the week, EA Sports FC Tactical is coming to iOS and Android in early 2024, replacing the typical EA Sports FC mechanics with strategic, turn-based gameplay. The devs have said matches are simulated with turn-based opportunities to defend, attack, perform skill moves, and make attempts on target, resulting in authentic football action like never before. So what was their FIFA series all about? I mean, where on earth do we start with this? There have been a lot of weird football games in the past, which you can learn about in a recent video I did on the weird history of football games, which you can find on the GINX YouTube channel, plug. But this has certainly got to be up there as one of the most surprising. Anyway, the game can be pre-registered now on the iOS App Store and Google Play Store. Maybe I will give this a go, simply out of morbid curiosity more than anything else. Will you? Let me know in the comments. And that's all for this week. If you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button, and let us know what you thought. You can check out our previous episodes on our channel. Now have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday for some more gaming news. Bye!